Hello guys, and welcome to another discussion video, and today we will be talking about Bowser's Fury today. And Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is looking to be the best Wii U port on the Nintendo Switch for multiple reasons, but today we're going to be discussing how Bowser's Fury is actually an evolution to 3D Mario. So a lot of new information came out about the game just a couple days ago, and it revealed some of the new things that will be in the game, and it kind of showed off some of the gameplay, since we didn't really get an in-depth look at the gameplay before of this game, and it's looking to be really promising. It really looks like a mixture of Super Mario 3D World and Super Mario Odyssey. So that's why in this first point, I want to go through that it's a mixture of sandbox 3D Mario and linear 3D Mario. So if you don't know already, a few years ago at the Nintendo Switch presentation, when they were revealing Super Mario Odyssey, they showed that there were two types of Mario games. There were linear 3D Mario games, which was Galaxy to 3D World, and then there was sandbox Mario, which was Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Odyssey, though I think Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are not really extremely linear, since you could still kind of like go off to different places, and there are still different like collectibles and stuff like that, so I kind of see the Galaxy series as something different for 3D Mario. So I don't, even though they're pretty linear, I don't think they're as linear as like 3D Land and 3D World. So, but I'll just consider them linear 3D Mario games anyway. So in Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, in the Bowser's Fury expansion, you could basically traverse a wide open area. You could basically go across the whole area, there's no restrictions or anything, since you could ride across with Plessy, and there's even some things to collect outside of the level areas, and most of the cat shines are in a linear set path. So that's showing kind of like the mixture, like most of the cat shines are actually like on a little level area on like an island, kind of like a set path, while you can still go out and explore the other areas. There are still going to be some other cat shines too that are going to be like discovered from going out into the open, like into the water, because I saw in some of the gameplay there was one where you activate like a switch with your cat suit out in the middle of the water. It was near a level, near like an island area, but it was kind of out in the open, so you could probably swim to it or dive down from like a mountain or something to get to it. And I think that's really cool, I really like that. And I feel like maybe Super Mario Odyssey 2 could take from this and maybe have some linear paths along with some moons that you'd find out in the open. I think that idea would work pretty well if we got like a mixture of both linear and open sandbox. I think that would be pretty cool, and I really like how this is a mixture of it. And this is most likely going to be the largest world in a Mario game, because by the looks of it, since there's all of that like ink or whatever that is, black paint or oil covering the like entire map, I think that's going to be able to get cleared, because on some of the gameplay videos I've seen, it shows a map with like a bunch of the black stuff around it with just a little area with like a couple islands on it. So that's basically showing that there are going to be like other islands to unlock after you most likely defeat a boss fight against like Fury Bowser or something like that. Well, you wouldn't defeat him, probably just like weaken him or something like that, so less black stuff goes away. And yeah, it really looks expansive from what we've seen so far. And I feel like there's kind of a Breath of the Wild-esque approach to exploring this world, since in Breath of the Wild you have to go throughout the two different places, and it's not just like an Odyssey Kingdom, it's like an actual world. And that's basically what this is doing. There's not different levels, even though open sandbox Mario games have different levels of open levels, and that kind of sounds confusing. Like different open areas, different kingdoms, or different like towns or areas, but this is all one world, kind of like Breath of the Wild. That's kind of what I mean by that, and I really like that approach. In the future, I would probably like them to still have multiple worlds, but have them be much bigger and have less worlds. I think that would be really interesting. Like, have maybe 4 or 5 Bowser's Fury, like, worlds that are big as Bowser's Fury. I think that would be pretty cool in, like, a game like Odyssey or something like that. Because this world is definitely bigger than the Seaside Kingdom or even the Sand Kingdom, because it really looks expansive. And next up is the evolution of boss fights in 3D Mario. So basically, I think this is kind of an evolution of boss fights, since we have the normal boss fights that get shines in this game mode, like with Pom Pom and possibly Boom Boom and other bosses like that. Then we have random bosses. So at random times, I suppose, I think it's gonna be random times, because, like, I think he comes out at any time, not just if you have enough, like, shines to get the Fury Bell, or, well, not the Mega Bell, or whatever that's called, the Giga Bell, that's what it's called, the Giga Bell. And Bowser just comes out at random times, and it really seems like it's just random. And I really like that. I think that's a really interesting concept that I think they should put in other Mario games after this. I think, like, it has a lot of potential, and I think, like, other boss fights in the future could do that. Like, you could weaken them, but not defeat them, and then when you get, like, a special power or get enough collectibles, then you can defeat them. I really like that idea, because they're more powerful and you have to try to avoid them when you're weaker, and then when you're powered up or have more collectibles, then you're able to take them down. I really like that idea. And finally, we have the use of power-ups in an open sandbox environment. So basically, in the previous 3D open sandbox Mario games, there wasn't really traditional power-ups, though there were pretty good alternatives. Like, Super Mario 64 had the different cap transformations, like the wing cap, the vanish cap, and the metal cap. Super Mario Sunshine had the different flood varieties, like the different nozzles that you could use, like the rocket nozzle and stuff like that. And then there were, like, also the Yoshis in that game too. And in Super Mario Odyssey, you obviously have the captures, which was basically power-ups, but it's still not like a transformation of Mario. Mario's transforming into something, or going into something, kind of, not necessarily a power-up. But with Bowser's Fury, since it's basically based on 3D World with most of the gameplay mechanics, they're bringing over the power-ups, so there are going to be power-ups in an open sandbox Mario game. And I really think this is going to work, because they didn't really try this before. They just had alternatives. And I don't really know why they did that, because all of the power-ups could really function in a big open world. So I really think it's interesting that they're doing it now, and I'm really glad that they're doing it now. And I think the cat suit is really helpful for, like, a big open world, since it has a lot of abilities such as climbing, pouncing, and, like, faster movement speed and everything like that. So that's perfect for, like, a big open area. And some of the other power-ups kind of work too, like the Tanuki suit is also pretty good, because it's like a flying ability, and if you're trying to get to one specific place far off in the distance and you're at a high point, that's kind of helpful to get across, like, a big body of water while you're moving at a kind of a consistent speed. So I think that's really good and really interesting that they're actually going to have the power-ups in this. Obviously they will, because it's 3D World and everything, since most of this gameplay is based on 3D World. So anyways, I really feel like Bowser's Fury is like a expansion and an evolution of 3D Mario, since it's kind of like a mixture of the sandbox 3D Mario and the linear 3D Mario. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this discussion. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye!